فكيف رح نبدأ أنا like I will just introduce I'll ask people to join and then we just have a few openings people mentioned and then I'll just mention we have a series coming up Everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another session of the Azure Qatar community. My name is Fatma Ta'eb. I'm an organizer here at the Azure Qatar community, and I'm also an employee at Microsoft. I am a data and AI solution architect. And in this community, so I think most folks, they're come here regularly. I see a couple of new faces. Raise your hand. It's your first time. Yeah, I think I haven't seen you before. Yeah. So, that's good. That's good. The Azure Qatar community. Who should I pick on this time to explain the Azure Qatar community? Since you came early, go ahead. Explain what the Azure Qatar community is all about.
Actually discuss any topic related to AI, security, or any Microsoft product. Someone come and explain this product either technically or from architecture way also.
Yeah. So this community is exactly what the word says, community, right? This is not like a platform where we try to market our products, though, like I said, it's great for you to use it, but it's for us to learn from each other, right? So we had a number of folks delivering different sessions from the community. We cover everything related to Azure, the Azure cloud, which is, our infra, security. We've done a lot of data and AI stuff. And today we're going to actually look at something also interesting that's part of the Microsoft ecosystem that I'm going to introduce in just a bit. It's open for anyone that wants to give a talk. So if you are interested, in fact, we have some slots available in August because a lot of folks are going away for the summer. So if you're someone who wants to give a talk about something tech related, so we had someone, for example, from a PhD student from Texas A&M talk all about LLM hallucinations. We had someone present some work they did for like AI agents and so on. So if you have something you want to talk about, use this platform, right? So this community is by the people, for the people, right? So if you are not already part of our LinkedIn or WhatsApp group, go ahead and do that. If my slides move. Okay, there we go. Let's do some then. Let's do some down. There we go. So if you're not, please go ahead and scan the QR code. So WhatsApp is where we post most of our updates. So I'm going to give you a minute to scan if you haven't. And then one thing we like to do during community sessions is to connect folks who are looking for opportunities and folks that are hiring. We meet a lot of amazing people. And also we know a lot of people that are like desperate for talent. So that's why we want to make this platform as a way for people to connect. So we have a couple of places that mentioned they are hiring. So Ma'lumatiyya, which is one of Microsoft's partner, they're looking for someone for Entra ID and M365 consultant with like at least 3 to 4 years of experience. So if you're someone who's interested or reach out and then we'll connect you to the team. Qatar Energy is also expanding their cloud team. So if you're someone who's interested in that, you can let us know, help you make the connection. And also Commercial Bank as well. It's looking for a seasoned data architect. And also like to give this opportunity if anyone wants to talk about themselves, like shameless promotion, like go ahead and do that. Like use this community to connect with people. We have a lot of people joining us here who are executives in their company, they're team leads. This is your opportunity to connect, learn, and maybe you will land on your next role through this. Yeah, you raised your hand?
Yes.
Yes.
So my name is Ahmed Musa, Managing Director of CFO Consulting. We provide CFO services for small and medium-sized companies. We depend more on technology, only Microsoft products. We're hiring fresh graduates, technology, IT background. So we're looking for AI engineer to use AI Foundry, Microsoft, and also someone who could use maybe data analysis, like to use power applications like Power BI. So if you are interested, you can let me know after that.
Or Dynamics, yeah.
We're using Dynamics also.
Yeah, Ahmed was one of the folks that was very eager to attend this session. So expect a lot of questions from him. Great. And then, oops, I gave it away. So exciting announcement for the next couple of weeks. We're going to have a series, right? So if you didn't know, raise your hand if you know Power BI, if you've ever used Power BI. Okay, some folks. So if you didn't know, we're celebrating 10 years of Power BI this July. And we have a whole series of celebrations. And also we're giving off 50% discount for the PL 300 exam, which is the Power BI Data Analyst. So for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to dive deep into Power BI. I'm calling it from zero to dashboard hero. So we're going to go all over preparing data using Power BI, how to model it, how to create nice visualizations. So it's going to be a series. I'm going to expect you to bring your laptop and we're going to go over things together. I don't expect you to have major experience. So if you're interested, stay tuned for the post about that this weekend. Okay, so without further ado, I want to introduce today's speaker. So today we have Omar, who is a colleague here at Microsoft. He covers Dynamics 365, and he's going to talk more about what that is if you haven't heard about it. And he has a lot of demo packed for you guys. So use this opportunity to learn about this great tool. And yeah, and remember, we have these mugs up for grabs, so pay attention. And then there's going to be some questions later at the end that Omar's going to ask. And if you answer correctly, you walk away with a really cool mug to have your coffee or tea with.
You have one for the instructor.
We can talk later, Omar. No, of course. So yeah, Omar, you can go ahead and share your screen. This.
Okay, thank you, Fatima. Thank you, everyone, for attending this session. I'm Omar Abu Shaqra. I'm a technical specialist for business application in Microsoft for Dynamics CRM. Okay, so technical specialist, usually we are in the sales team, but we are usually on the pre-sales. So we engage with the customer when we have any qualified opportunity. We work with the specialist, which is the sales team, on qualifying the opportunity. This may requires doing some demos, POCs, aligning with the partners just to make sure that we are delivering the solution to the customer. So, okay, I want to ask some questions, but not for Ahmed. Has anyone used the CRM before? Which Dynamics? Which modules?
I don't remember. I used it at High Horizons. It was just the CRM, really.
Yeah. And what about the others? Do you know what CRM is or what CRM stands for?
Customer relationship management.
Customer relationship management. Yeah, correct. So, okay. So as an introduction, so I promise I'll not go through slides for this. I have a complete demo on the different platform applications, but this just to show you what's the components and the main modules and application within Dynamics. So when it comes to CRM as a customer relationship management tool, usually this will be used by organizations to manage the entire journey with their customers. When I say entire journey, so any CRM, the CRM process consists of three main parts. We have pre-sales, we have the sales, and we have the after sales. Okay, so any CRM, the journey consists from these different areas. With the pre-sales, so organizations need a tool that enable them to reach out to people. So you have your business and you need a tool that will allow you to reach to new people, new prospects, new company, new contacts, and even to your existing customers. So maybe, for example, you have new services, you need to announce something to your existing customers in order to start grabbing your customers. And this is with the pre-sales phase. So you start by having a tool that can help you bringing more customers, bringing more contacts, etc. And usually this is done through marketing campaign. So any CRM should have a marketing campaign that will help you reaching out to your existing customers for upselling, for example, or to reach out to new prospects. So this is for the pre-sales. Now, once you have any new engagements and from using the pre-sales, you need a module where you build or go through the sales process. So, for example, I've created a marketing campaign announcing for a new product, and now I got someone interested. So what shall I do? I start the process on qualifying this, we call it lead, manage all the communications and the interactions with this lead, see how I can enhance the efficiency of my productivities, and in order to qualify this leads reach out to the customer. Once the customer show interest, I convert this lead to opportunity. Where can I start building the codes for the customer, the financials of my services, and later just to close the lead or to close the opportunity. So this module usually used by the sales team, and this once you have any prospects that allow you to go to through the full cycle process of the qualifying and the closing and the bringing a new business. Okay, so now I bring this and I have now a new customer. After that, you have to support your customer. Okay, so you have new service, you reach out to the customer, you went through the process to close the deal, and then you have to support your customer. So for example, the customer, he may have some cases, some new requests, so you have to have a case management. So case management is the tool that you can have it was as part of the after sales, where you can support your customers. You should have something called SLA, service level management. So you can just to govern and make sure that you according to the agreement that you have with your customers, and all the stuff related to case management. Now, when it comes to Dynamics, so within Dynamics, we have different applications. Now, first of all, I want to say that Dynamics CRM, the cloud version of the CRM, is built on top of Power Platform. Do you know what's Power Platform? Okay. A Power Platform is a low-code, no-code platform. We have another specialist. We may have another session maybe just to go through this, but it's a tool that will allow you to build apps without writing any code. So now Dynamics is built on top of the Power Platform. So it will allow you even all these capabilities that we have it within Dynamics. It will allow you to customize this according to your need without having the need to have an expert or a developer to bring this. As I told you, this is not the role of this session, but maybe at the end, I will show you quickly how easily, for example, if there's any process, how you can enhance it using this Power Platform. So Dynamics is a platform that's built on top of Power Platform that has different applications. Why we have different applications? Because we have different phases. We have pre-sales, sales, customer service, and to support the different persona. When I say different persona, so usually the CRM used by support team, sales team, operation team, even management for insights and dashboards. So that's why you should have a dedicated application to support each persona. And as I mentioned, you can create even your own dashboard according to your need. Now with Dynamics, we have something called, for the pre-sales, we have something called Dynamics 365 Customer Insights. It's the marketing campaign. Actually, we have two modules within Customer Insights. We have something called Dynamics 365 Customer Insights Journey, which you can build your marketing journeys. And we have something called Customer Insights /Data. It's like a data warehouse. I will show you the demo. Why do we need such module? Now, this is for the pre-sale. Now, once we have, for the sales, we have Dynamics 365 Sales, where you have, it's a journey once you have any prospects from lead to quote. We call it from lead to quote. So lead management, opportunity management, quotes, orders, invoicing, all the stuff related to the sales till you have a closed deal and the new customer. Now for the after sales, we have the customer service. It's a case management, SLA management, and we have on top of it the omni-channel. Why we have omni-channel? Because now customers can reach out to you, not by submitting a form. Now today, customers can reach out to you within any different channels. This could be through social media, it could be through chat, it could be through SMS, email. So in order to support the customer for this different ways, so we built on top of the customer service something called omni-channel and supports the different channels. So whatever the way the customer reach out to you, it will go to the customer service portal. So this is the omni-channel. And we have something called the Dynamics 365 field service for inspections. So let's assume that I'm in the telecoms, I'm Uridu. I have raised a customer. I raised a case that I have issue with my router. So at the end, in order to resolve this case, they have to assign an engineer, for example, and this engineer has to go to do a site visit to your location and to have like an inspections and provide some brief. So this done by the Dynamic 365 field service. Okay, so it's part of the customer services module, just because it may have an extra step for some operations or some businesses that they do an inspections and to do sites visits to do the case management as part of the case management. In addition to this, we have something called customer voice for collecting feedbacks and surveys. Okay? So once you do a case and you resolve the case for your customer, you may need to bring back to ask for customer feedback just to measure the customer satisfaction rates and level. So we have something called customer voice in addition to these applications. Any questions so far?
So essentially, like if we were to give an analogy, what this does is help us, if you are a business offering services to customers, this helps us manage the relationship with the customer, all the way from getting the customer and then supporting the customer post-sales.
Yes. Opening a new business, reaching out to new opportunities, doing upselling for existing customers. The whole process from lead to close and bringing new business and new orders. And after that, once you have a new customer, have a new service, you need to support your customers. So these all called under the umbrella of CRM.
And how would it look like if there was no CRM in place? Like, why would a business need to invest in a CRM solution?
Okay, so I'll ask the team. Why do you think that the organization do need CRM solutions?
For managing multiple things for one dashboard, like multiple things people can do. So how will we track which person do which task?
Okay, so this is, for example, for case management, correct? Case management, you need to maintain control. You have an SLA. You need to make sure that you are meeting your SLA. Do you know what's SLA? For example, I sometimes buy a service from you. Within the contract, we will agree. So, for example, your service should be up and running 99.999. Okay. And in case you have a failure, you have to respond to me within 30 minutes. And you have to close my case within 2 hours. And sometimes on the contract, you have some penalties. So if you didn't meet this SLA, you will have penalties. So it's crucial to have a solution to maintain control for the case management. Okay. So this is what you see here, that at the end, what you are looking for, you need to see how you can enhance your services. Are you doing good or not? Is there any profit, or where's the area that we can enhance our services? So if you have, for example, a CRM, you can just get an insight. So where's the area that we have the most common issues? What are these issues and how we can resolve these issues? So even insight, even from sales perspectives, which markets that we are doing good and which market that we are not doing good, and why we are not doing good. I can tell you that with banking we are not doing good, but we are with the other sectors we are doing good. So you can just go and do the analysis. But if you don't have this tool, you will not be able to do anything. So it's a solution that will enable you to monitor, maintain controls, get the whole insight that you need. And now, because we have the GenAI capability, so today, this tool will provide you with the self-services. Even the customer can do anything without getting back to you. So imagine, for example, you have a service that now we have the Orido app, for example. I can go and I can activate my line without even to contact anyone. So this is, by the end, managed by CRM. But if you have any failure during this, you will ask to call to the customer. So, but at least GenAI and agents now give you that step that you can manage your requirements alone without the need to get back to the end users.
So like if I'm a small business, do I still need a CRM?
Yes. So that's why we have now today, that's why we have the SaaS model. So when it comes to SaaS model, so usually before going to the SaaS, this was only, and even if you are a small company, I believe that you need it more, because how long, or what's the strategy to, let's say, make your business bigger? Or let's say to go for, to have a tool that can help you reaching out to new prospects, new leads, maintain control, even if you are startups. But with the SaaS, I don't go with the pricing. Even if you have 2, 3, 4 users, without the SaaS, you may just need X amounts of US dollars just to prepare the infrastructure to host the CRM, which must not be affordable for the new business. But with the SaaS, even if you are in a company and you have 2, 3, 5 users, you can just pay $100 per month and you have a complete CRM solution.
What would you say to people who are like, oh, I can just manage everything about my customers in like just one big Excel sheet. I'll just write everything there. Where does this come in? Like, why do I need to invest in CRM, like in a small business? What would you say?
Okay. Let's assume that you have a deadline with a customer. How the Excel sheet will notify you. You can lose a complete business without this. If you have an SLA with a banking solution, that is, if he has any issue with this, you have to come and there's a penalties. And if you have no solution, maybe if there's a typo from the user or assign this to an incorrect settings or an incorrect priority. So how we will manage this?
So essentially, a CRM is not just like a place, like a data dump. It's way more than that.
Yes.
It allows you to take action.
Yes.
Results.
Yes. And the automation piece it's a crucial. I told you that this is built on top of Power Platform. So we have within Power Platform something called Power Automate. It's a complete automation platform. So let's assume, for example, if I have a case, I have to connect to 10 different solutions to get some information to provide that to help the customer or the agents to help to figure out what's the issue. If you have the Excel, so you have to do this manual to go and do this troubleshooting steps. But if you have the Power Automate and the CRM, it can do this for you.
I want to add of this because we find many customers actually who don't want to invest at the beginning, especially small companies or startups. So and they are using Excel, but actually at certain level when they grow, Excel is not the best tool to use because the amount of work, amount of leads. So you lose customers because you will not be able to monitor them. CRM have a good stages, so you can assign for each lead what is the stage for this customer, especially also the communication, especially also if there are multiple users and there is a communication happens, so anyone can respond to the same client and they can be able to see the thread of emails. So
Correct. Now, today, one of the most challenges that we have, that without having the correct data, any solution will be useless. So one of the most challenges that we have, even with big companies, that it will be difficult for the sales team or even the support team to maintain and to keep the record updated. So let's assume, for example, I have 1,000 leads. And every day I'm just calling this customer, have a meeting with this customer, visiting this customers. But at the end, you have to come back and send this feedback and update the CRM records accordingly. And if you are not doing this, so the CRM will be useless because you'll not maintain control. You don't have the updated records. You'll be missing deadlines if there's any deadlines. If there's any task that you have to follow and you didn't log it, so you're missing this task. So that's why now with the AI, the most important part of the AI that helping the organizations who's using CRM to enhance the efficiency and the effectiveness of the user. So today you'll see, I will show you in the demo that even users, when they're replying their emails, attending their chat, their meetings, CRM will be automatically updated. So do you guarantee that you have always the updated information and data within your CRM? I have many things to do on the tool, so let's jump into the tool just not to lose any more time. So okay, so I'll guide you through a journey. So we told you that it's a journey starting from the pre-sales, how to reach out to new prospects, the sales process, and the after-sales process. So I'll guide you through this journey. Okay, so let's jump into the CRM. Okay, so this is Dynamics. So Dynamics, as I told you, is built on top of Power Platform, and we have many applications within this platform because of the module itself and to support different personas. So for example, now I'm here on the customer insight journey, which is the marketing tool. And during this demo, I'll show you the customer service hub for case management, the customer service workspace for agents to support the omni-channel, and we have the sales module. Okay, so I'll be walking you quickly through these modules. Let's start by the marketing campaign.
Omar, is it okay if we just zoom in just a little bit?
Good now? Okay. So the marketing tool usually used, if you have, for example, it can be simple and it can be, let's say, a very complex scenario. So let's assume, for example, you used to send a newsletter for your existing contacts and existing customers, and if you have any new service. For the sake of the demo, I'll show you two scenarios here. Let's assume that the Azure Qatar community need to send a marketing email to everyone just to explain what is the Azure community. Once we have any interaction from any of these receiving these emails, I want to send a submission form. So if they interested, they will submit a form, and this will create a lead. So we later just to start the sales team to engage with this lead. Another scenario, you may have, okay, how do you market? How do you marketing usually? You can just have this social media, start putting a social media. You can have an event. So sometimes you can do an event, and this event that can have an agenda, and you need the marketing tool to provide you with the journey for this marketing event, starting from sending to the customers the registration form. Once you have any participants registered, you need to do something. Once anyone has attended any of these sessions, you need to do something. So it can be a very complicated journeys to support events management as well. So part of the marketing campaign, you see that we have something called event management. So let's guide you how you, for example, do this scenario. So you see that this is the customer journey, and we have here something called customer insights data. I will come and tell you what is the customer insights data. But in order to build the journey, so you go here and build the journey. But before going to the journey and how you build the journey, let me guide you through this. What is the main components of this and how you can reach out to build the journey? So first of all, within this list, you see, for example, let's assume that we have something called assets. So today, for example, I will create two emails, and one of them has a registration form. So before starting building the emails and the forms, and you start putting your assets. So the assets are the components that you'll be used during building these components. So for example, if you have images, you have some documents to be enclosed with the emails, for example, any videos, any fonts, so you can just bring them to your assets. And you can build the templates. So for example, usually when you send an email, we have a template of the email, and just we can change even, let's say, what's the body of the email. So you can build an email template. And by the way, when you have Dynamics, it will provide you with out of box some templates so you can use them, or you can build your own templates. So for example, this is templates called new collection. So whenever you need to promote for any new collection, so you can just go to this template and just customize it. Okay, and then you can build your templates. And we have something called content blocks. So for example, for any components or for any email, you need to have a header and a footer. And you need to reuse this in different areas. So you can add it as a content. And then whenever you design anything, you just can bring this whole content. Okay, so this is how you can start your journey. After that, you start building and your email, designing your email. So I have defined my assets. I start building my email. So as I told you, the journey will consist by sending two emails. I'll start with the awareness intro. So I'm sending that first of all, this email that has this body, and it will start with hello and bringing the full name. We call this personalization. So once you have this list that I wanted to list, so it will bring the full name of the recipients automatically to be attached to the body. And I have a button here. I have a button here to visit, let's say, this URL. Okay. So I'll start the journey by sending this email. What I will do here, once anyone click on this website, so for me, this is maybe an interest. I want to send him another email that has a registration form. Okay, so this we call it a journey. So the first email, then I will wait for some triggers, and then I'll send the second email. This called a journey. Okay, so for that, I can build a form. So this is, for example, the join fan club. The join fan club. And this is the form, how the form looks like. And you can simply, this is because it's in production, I can't edit it. But for example, if I go quickly and create the form, so you see, you can start from template. So it will bring the templates that you have designed this template. So for example, I need this form, this template, and this will create the form, and you can start adding what's the field that you need to add. And you can add another components like if you need to add images, captcha, submit button, etc., whatever that you can build your form. Now, the thing that I want to show that after you building this form will be published for you after the box. So you can just take the link of this form, or you need to embed it within your website. So I'll go for the form that we already have. So this is, for example, the live form. So this is a live form. And you see that we have something called the publish option. So you have the options. For example, this is the link of your form. And if you click on open a new link, so this is how it will look when someone accesses this form. Or you can, this code, it's a JavaScript code, and you can just embed this code within your website. So it could be embedded within your website. Okay. So I built this form. Now what I'll do that, the second email that I will send to become a member, I will put a button, and this button will redirect to this form. Okay, so this is the button, and this button will go to this form. Okay. So
Just from my understanding, I joined a bit late. But once these emails are sent, all the interaction will be tracked just with the form, or for example, what they have.
You control. Okay, you control this through something called the triggers. I will come to this. Okay. So now I just prepared my material for my campaign. I'll go to the before jumping. I'll start doing some segmentation for the data. So this, to whom do you gonna send? Okay, so you need to do some segmentation. Do you need to send? You have a database of million of contacts. Do you send it to the million, or you have to send it to some segments? So here, start doing some segmentation. Now, segmentation, if you need to go and create a segment, so the segments can be done, and you can filter the data according to two things. We have some characteristics, or it can be according to behavior. So, okay, you called it what segments? So, for example, this is a test segment. This is I need from my contacts, and we have here something called a query assistant. So this is a copilot that can create for you the segments attributes. So what can I say? For example, contacts. Okay, so contacts was created between this and this. Contacts who has created last year and make more than 50K. So this is the segment that I want. So I click on the create. It will bring me that this is the result. So the result will be the contacts that is created last year, and the annual income is more than 5,000. So you see, we have even Copilot capability that can add for you the conditions. You can even add, for example, I need to add more attributes. So whatever attribute I see, for example, the event, etc. So the segmentation could be according to behavior. I need to get all the within the segments my loyal customer who is attending my events. Okay, so you can't even have the segmentation according to behavior and AI. Yeah.
Where does this data live? So basically, the user interacts with the emails and all that stuff, and then data is saved somewhere, and then the Copilot talks on top of that data, right? Where does this data live?
Okay. So where is the data? This is the good question. So that's why we have the customer insights data. Okay. Now today you have within the CRM the main one more main entity, we call it contacts. So here you have your contacts, and we have an import mechanism wherever you can import your contacts. So suppose that you have a million of contacts, you can easily migrate them to the solution. Now let's assume, for example, you need to do segmentation according to a data that's not exist in your CRM. So this is your question, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's assume, for example, I need to segment those that have this financial transaction. A CRM that doesn't have financial transaction, it's in the ERP solution. So what you can do within customer insights, you saw that we have something called customer insights data. So you can connect different data sources and bring this data to CRM, and it will be part of your CRM solution. So it can reflect on the customer 360, and you can use it within the segmentation.
And I can do vice versa. Like I can use the data coming from the CRM with other tools.
Sure. You have the APIs. You can do it on the database level, or you can do it through APIs.
Data is, I think, Dataverse, right?
Yes, called database. Okay, so for now I have prepared everything to do the journey. I'm ready now to do the journey. But before doing the journey, we have something called triggers. So the example that I did, that when I will send the first email, but the second email will be sent once the user click on the visit URL. So we call this a trigger. Opening the email is a trigger. Attending the events is a trigger. So within triggers, you see that we have a list of pre-built triggers for you, or you can add your custom trigger. So quickly, for example, if I'll search for email, so you see, email sent, email open, email link clicked. So if someone click on the link within this email feedback, etc. So this is only for the email. Let's assume, for example,
Triggers need to be created. Well, it's like
it will be created for you. These out of the box, and you can build your custom email. So, for example, you have your own website, okay, and you have a button in your website, and you need, if someone click on this button, to be a trigger for your journey. So what you can do here, you can simply create a trigger, okay, and when a customer interacts with my website, give a name for the trigger and put what's the attribute that you want to pass from your website to the journey. Okay, so for example, I need to pass the first name, whatever information that you need to pass, and you'll have the code. Take this code and put it in your website. Okay, now I have created everything. I'm now ready to do the journey. How can I create a journey? Okay, I'll create a new journey. You have Copilot to create the journey for you. I'll skip it for now to create from now. Do you need it to be trigger based or segment based? Trigger based means that I need to start just journey if I have this trigger. So the example for your website. So for example, if anyone click on this button on my website, I want to create this journey. And this journey, maybe I will send him an email, send him an event, whatever that you need to do it. Or it could be segment based, the segments that we have created. So for segments, you select which segments, my loyal customers. Okay, do you need it once time, etc.? When's the start date of this marketing campaign? And you simply can create this journey. Once you create the journey, you can put something called the goal setting. So why you are doing this marketing? What is the ultimate objective? So I need, for example, to drive a purchase. What's the amount? Okay, or for example, I need to create increased loyalty. I need to engage new customers, to bring in new customers. So this will be an KPI. So later on, you'll see how long you are matching these goals. And here you can start building the journey. So for example, our journey will start by sending the email. So I click on the plus, I'll send an email. Which email? Okay, I'll select the email. So this is the awareness center, okay? And so this is how it will look. And maybe the segment is not correct that I selected. Anyway, after that, I want to wait for a trigger, okay? So the second email will be sent only if someone click on the link within this email. So I will tell them that I want to wait for a trigger. So for how long you will wait? I wait for 4. And
you guys will
where is the
understand
condition?
why we are receiving so many marketing emails. Because all the time we're expecting this, and just like when we click it, more emails will be coming.
Very good question, Omar. I think you covered this. I just want to double check. So let's say, there's like a custom form my developer team creates and puts it on my website. I can still integrate the interactions that happen in that custom UI here.
Yes. So you create a custom trigger, and you'll put the code that will be generated from custom trigger to your form, and you'll pass the input from your phone to the trigger. Okay. So here, so you see, for example, if the email link clicked. So let's assume that no one has, for any reason, someone didn't open this link. So for example, I can send them a reminder. I can tell them that, okay, wait for 3 days. And after this 3 days, send them a reminder. Yeah. So here, how you can build your journey. So, and to help you building the journey, you can, for example, let's assume that I have this prompt. Create a journey that send an initial email. If recipients click, okay, so this is the same scenario that I did. Let's create this journey. And you have here helper. So for example, I will be targeting a segment, and the segment will be.
And you said these segments, they're auto-created, yani VIP customers, it's like a
segment.
default.
I've called it.
Okay.
I've called it loyal customer.
And based on what do you define loyalty?
Yeah, maybe you have the behavior. So those who give me, for example, or purchasing, they have this pattern of purchase, for example. So you see, I just created the account, so it's built for me the complete journey. So you can just click on the create journey, and this journey will be created for you. So this is the journey using the Copilot. Okay. Part of this, as I told you, as a part of the marketing, you could have a complete event, and you need the tool to help you preparing for your event and to build the journey on top of your event. So I don't want to go in details here, but I will show you, for example.
I have a question regarding the triggers. So these triggers could be like work instead of connecting it with a website or email. Can it be connected to social media ads or social media posts? So yeah, how it works, for example?
There's two things here. We used to have within Dynamics something called outbound campaigns with social media. So the same material that I did, you can post it on whatever, Facebook and any interaction within your social media, it will cause a trigger. But it's deprecated before 6 months because now we have different ISV solutions that have some good solution that you can embed it within your customer insights. But it's the same concept. So what I did here is through email. The same you can post on Facebook, Insta, whatever channels, and any interaction with this, it can start the journey.
So what information? So for example, I have in our case here, for example, so we mainly advertise, here in the Middle East, nobody check his email. And email marketing is not the best as the same as United States. So we will use normally better to use WhatsApp or any kind of messaging. So and mainly we get our customers through social media. So if I connected these triggers with social media ads, so what are the information that I would collect from? So because
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have at the back end a form.
Yes.
This form has an attribute.
Yeah.
You take this attribute and you define them in the social media platform, and you do the mapping.
So I have to create like a lead form.
Yes.
In order to. Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
Okay.
So usually with this platform, there's something called a webhook. A webhook is an HTTP callback.
Okay.
So when you say that whenever that I have this interaction, call this API and pass this information, and you should receive this information according to the trigger that you have created.
What if the communication between, for example, I have a client who mainly gets the leads through WhatsApp.
Okay.
So what are the chances connecting the WhatsApp to the CRM?
Okay, I have a demo, but it's creating a case. But similarly, you can do it with leads. Okay.
Good.
With Omnichannel, we have this capability, and within the Power Platform, as I told you, we use. Say, I will show you when we do the website.
Okay, thank you so much.
But you actually do this for us, but the Azure Qatar community, we need more leads. We're gonna implement this.
Okay, so I'm done with the marketing. Any questions here?
Just a question, Yani, what are the personas of people who would be interacting with
The
this?
marketing team, the one that will be using this is completely the marketing team. They're used to reach out to potential new markets or existing customers.
And who will develop it? Yeah, the triggers, like the marketing team will also do that.
Marketing, yeah.
Or do you need like a CRM?
Marketing, yes.
person?
Even, but one, if they need something, let's say that has some customization, they can refer to the IT because we have the low code, no code. If they not, they can go with the partner if they have any partner to support them. Tell me.
I have a question. So you showed us about emails, but however, is it possible that the CRM can be connected with social media platforms and like?
I told you now before, we have this out of the box. Now today, if you go, for example, here to the channel, let me just show you here the.
But if someone send a message on, for example, Instagram, for example, so cannot be connected here.
Okay, there's two things. There's something called digital messaging.
Okay.
So if you go, for example, Facebook chat, Instagram, and you start the chat, this is something, and putting a post on the Instagram and the Facebook, there's something different. What's your question about what?
So because normally when we advertise, people reach us through messages.
Okay.
So even social Instagram or WhatsApp.
Okay, so let me just, so WhatsApp, it's a digital messaging. Okay, we have a complete solution for this. Instagram, you have two cases. It can be a post, or someone can reach out to you through the chat.
Okay.
Through the chat is digital messaging even.
Okay.
You can have the same experience. You can build one platform.
Okay.
Sorry?
It will appear here. Okay.
I will show you how. I'll show you. But when I say for the social media questions, you see here, we have something called more channels. So more channels, you can add your custom channels. Okay, but this needs some customization. Before it was out of the box, the Facebook or the social media, but now it needs some customization to have it embedded. So this is for the marketing campaign. Now I have collected a lead and I have a new lead. How can I process with this? So today, as I told you, one of the challenges for salespeople is how to maintain this solution with the correct data. Now lead could be generated not only from marketing campaign. You as a sales agent can create a lead and you may get an email, for example, from a customer asking for extra services and you need to create a lead. So I will show you different scenario how we can create a lead. So, okay. So I bring my Hotmail email, my personal email. Let's assume that I'm a customer and I want to reach my account executive or my account team that, okay, I've sent a normal email, an email. So forward a new service. So I'm sending a company that I'm a customer. I'm sending the company that I need a new service. Okay. So let's assume I'm the sales and I receive this email from my customer. Okay. And he's looking for the new service. I want to create a lead. So as I told you, the challenge was in how you will enrich the CRM from, let's say, the other channels, the tools that you use in your daily work. So here for Dynamics, we have something called Copilots for Service. So first of all, when you click the Copilots for Service, it will bring you all the sales insights. Because this is an email, it's already defined as a contact in my CRM. So it will bring you all the insights that you need. And from here, you can easily save it to Dynamics. But let me just have this loaded for the first time. So you see, now it will give you the recent communications. It will gather for you even some insights. So today, is this for a new lead? Or we already have this lead created, and this is an update, a follow-up, for example. So it will give you a key sales info. If there's any open opportunities or leads, it will bring it all to you here. So you simply, if you want to save this, you can save it. I will save it to this related contact. Or I can simply create an opportunity from the email. I don't have to leave my email to create this opportunity or lead. So once I did this save, you see that I have now the label called the track by Dynamics. So what happens now? Let's assume that I'm replying this email. I'm getting a reply back from the customer. The new reply will be automatically populated to your CRM. Okay. So what's happened now, as users or sales team, just sending an email, following up the emails coming from their customers, and this email related to leads, or opportunities, CRM will be auto-populated and updated, okay? And this is how we can enhance the efficiency. We have something with Teams, I will show it later. But one other method for capturing leads. So for example, you did a visit for a customer and you bring his business card. So simply, for example, I can say create a lead. Okay. And you can simply scan this business card. So let's assume that this is the business card. And it fetch all the information about this contact, and you just need to fill what is the opportunities about and other information. You see all the information has been grabbed to you. The thing that I want to show to you now, so usually sales, when you go to the customer, they will open their laptop and start putting comments, correct? Using notepads or using whatever notes. So once he came back, so I've opened a notepad, I write all the comments during my conversations with the customers, and now I create from all of this context, I want to create the lead. So here we have an option with Dynamics, not only for lead, for any components. Let me show you, for example, I have this notes taken during my meetings with the customer. And I need to create an opportunity. So for example, I'm meeting with Omar from Qatar company is looking for one services currently, whatever information that you have. So what I will do, let me just create an opportunity for this because we have more context here. So I'll go to opportunity. I'll create a new opportunity. What I will do here, I will bring this file. And I just do drag and drop. It will take and understand the context of your nodes, and it's fill for you the form. So this is the topic of your opportunity. This is the purchases this year. This is the description. This is the current situation. What is the customer need? That's it. If you are good, you see that accept. You have it filled for you. Okay. So I'm just trying to show you the AI capability within the platform. So okay. So now we have the lead. The most important thing when you have a lead is from the tool is to help the sales team to figure out, is it worth to work with this lead or not? And what's the insight that I need to know about this lead in order to proceed with this lead or not? So the first thing that you will see that, for example, we have something here. So, okay, before that, so this is how any form within Dynamics will look like. We have something called business process flow. It's a workflow, and it's fully customized. So this is the out of the box. So for the sales process, we have the qualify, develop, propose, close. So this is, let's say, the most known process for closing an opportunities. But if you need, you can customize it, okay? And you have here the information. You have something called timeline that will grab for you all the activities and the most recent activities that you already have. So this is how any form within Dynamics will look like. You see here, for example, it provides you with the lead score. So what Dynamics will do, there's an AI that will take this lead and look into the history for a similar successful leads. And according to this, it will provide you with this score. And even we have this score because we have identified the purchase time frame, we have identified the decision maker, and the estimation budget is, because of this information, it's giving you this score, okay? Now, if I want to see what is our relationship history with this customer, is it in good or bad shape? How can I complete? So you see, for example, you get all of these insights. For example, saying that you are in the good position, in the good health with this customer. And it's do some comparison across with different customers. It will show you the whole interactions with the customers and whether your customer is replying you or not. So for example, it can show you that you have, for the past 3 months, you've sent your customer 20 emails, but he didn't even open the emails. So you figure out there's something wrong, okay? So all of these insights can help you with getting the clarity whether to proceed with this lead or not. So let's assume that we've decided to go with this lead. There's an agent here, I will come to this agent later. But how can I process? Now the sales team, how we can build or provide a framework for the team to show them how they can qualify this lead. So what you can do here, we have something called sequence. So sequence, it's like a guideline for the sales team, what to follow to qualify this lead. Now, the good thing here that we don't have only one template for this sequence. It could be conditional. For example, if this coming from VIP customer, you can have different sequences from it's coming from XYZ. It could be have an A/B testing. So for example, if it's the amount of this lead is more than 100K, it should go this direction, but if it's less, it should go another direction. So here you build the framework or the guidelines for your team on the steps they should follow to qualify the lead. And later, you can have an insight to which level your team are following these steps or not. So because if you find yourself that the team are not qualifying leads, so there's two things wrong. Even they are not following these steps, or these steps is not correct. Okay. So this will provide you guys. So for example, this guidelines. So first of all, it's showing that you have to call the customer. Let's assume that I called them, so I mark as completed. Then you have to send a follow-up email.
Even just to iterate, you have to understand what CRM is doing, right? What is the purpose? Because whenever you as a company, you want to maintain a relationship with a customer. And if you don't know what the customer is doing, you will not be able to like generate leads or sell more. The other thing is just using the tool, right? Like Omar is just showing the technical thing, but it's also linking to how you can build a relationship with the customer. Yeah, this goes hand in hand. Even in Microsoft, when we are doing it, right? Like if you tell me that I have this project and things like that, we create similar things as well. If you talk, let's say, any bank or any telco, while you are doing it, they have the whole history, how they are maintaining your signal, when they are giving you the offers, how you are reacting and everything. They are all like tracked in this kind of system.
So like the calls I'm getting from certain telco providers because of tools like that.
Yeah. And if you click or you just say I'm this, or like the reaction and everything, that can all be tracked.
So when I hung up on their face, they can.
Yes, the fun is very rude, and your score will be lower, and they will give you maybe more discounts next time.
Okay, I still have. Can we extend it to let's say more 15 minutes?
We're here until the pizzas are here, so.
Yeah. Okay. So that's good. But once you have the pizza, I guess.
think there's-
Once the pizzas here, people are gonna leave.
One there is a question, I think.
Yeah.
For example, it has ability to like transliterate the wordings. For example, if you are in a call, the voices are turned into actual letters, like video calls.
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
And the CRM turn voices into words. Like for example, if you
I'll
have
show it to you. At the customer service.
it has that.
It's in the customer service.
You know, we have a lot of demos out. We're asking you a lot of questions.
Okay.
Question, please. Yeah, go ahead. So for the customer contact, for example, and all information, is it like imported automatically by the emails, by the account of emails, etc.? Because I can see here we have the topic, first name, job title, etc.
Okay.
So are these automatically imported, or you should manually write them?
This is a good question. We have both options. So, sorry, I closed the marketing campaign. So let's assume that you sent a campaign to anyone that is not on your database. Within the campaign itself, you can say, whatever, I don't have this record, it will create this for you automatically. Okay.
And sometimes, like even when you go shopping, right, they will ask you whether you have Aura or you have this thing. Even if you go to Carrefour, they will just say, do you have the loyalty program? Because they want to track your purchases and the things like that. So if you don't give it, they will not know what type of relationship they can build. Or they will send you like a marketing campaign. They can sometimes go with a credit card number as well, but sometimes it's not easy to track it with the credit card numbers, and they know how much is your household, what are the things you are buying, how many families, and from that they can estimate what are the things that they can promote further to increase the basket as well.
I understand from here you have like one database containing all customer information in one single place.
Yes. Good. Now for customers, we have two main entities. We have something called contacts, and we have the accounts. Now, accounts represent the company and the contacts within this company. Okay. Now, within the CRM, you see that, for example, even we have big activities. So I'm now on the leads. I want to create task, I want to send whatever, create a meeting, I have a meeting with the customer. The good thing that here is fully integrated with your Outlook and your teams. I'll give you an example. So I'll create an appointment with the customer and I need it to be a Teams. So let's assume that that I want to attend, I will add myself. Okay. So this is the subject of the discuss codes. I needed a Teams meeting. Okay. So this will be automatically synced to your calendar. If I create a task, it will be synced. Okay, I can create a task, and it will automatically sync to your Outlook as well as a task. If you close it from the Outlook, it will be closed automatically to the on the CRM. Now, if you go, for example, now to the email again, you see, for example, we go to the calendar. And this is, for example, the one that has been synced. Let's assume that I have started this meeting with the customer. Because this is already mapped, linked to what? Linked to an opportunity or a lead. And if you are enabled the transcript within your Teams meeting, so what will happen that the Copilot for sales, it will trigger all the context that or the transcript context. So for example, someone tells you that, oh, okay, but I have it in your competitor, it's better than you. If he says something, the Copilot will bring you the correct information during the call itself. Okay, so okay, let's assume that I have end my meeting with the customer, and there's a list of follow-up that I have to do. The Copilot for sales will bring you all of these follow-ups, and you can just simply add them to Dynamics. I'll show you how it will look like. So today, if I go, for example, this is a screenshot. So you see, now we have the Microsoft 365 Copilot within Teams that can give you, let's say, the summary, the notes about whenever you have the Teams. But if you have a new tab called Sales. So it will take the context of the conversation and transform this into the Dynamics action. So for example, it will tell you that as a next step, you have to do demo preparation. You have to do a presentation. So you simply can create a task from here. And it will create a task for you direct without typing anything within Dynamics. Okay. Okay. So let's assume that after doing all of these stuff with the customers, I want to qualify this lead. He became more interested. So I want to qualify the lead. So it will create an opportunity for you. Okay. So this is an option that can detect duplicates. If you have any duplicates, we have this option within Dynamics. And I want to qualify this lead to be an opportunity. Within opportunity, you see now I'm in the qualify, and then I will be on the develop phase. So here it will map this to an account, to contacts, etc. And now you see that now when you are in the next step, okay, on the develop step. Now the thing that you see that the look and feel looks the same. You have the highlights here, all the history. You have it from the opportunity, from the leads. The thing that you have to do is start building the code. So I have the interested customer. I build the codes, the financial codes. Okay. So I'll start building the code. Yeah, I don't have too many time. So here you can build the codes, and once this code, you can just create the order. The difference between the quote and the order: quote is the financial proposal. The order is the binding contract with the customer. So it's the commitment from the customer that he's gonna sell from you. And sometimes the orders that has some extra information like payment terms, conditions, project plan, whatever. So this is the difference between the quote and the orders. Okay, the order is the binding contract with the customer. So this is in quick what is the sales team. Sorry, the dynamic sales. Plus, within this, we have something called the goals. So goals, at the end, you as a manager, I'm a sales team lead. I have a team members. I need to follow up their progress. So they have goals. So these goals could be, for example, qualifying leads. I have a TV sales team. Your objective is to bring me like 100 qualified leads within a month. So this is your goal. And you may be with the sales team. No, you have to close a 500 or a million within this year. This is across each quarter. So you are setting these goals and you would get all the insights and the performance metrics according to your for your team. Okay. One last thing, the Copilot. Now today, I'm manager. How can I use Copilots on top of the data that I have? You have after the box Copilots. So for example, I can use Copilots to get info. Show me get latest news for accounts. This is do a Bing search. Show me my pipeline. Show you the pipeline. So the pipeline usually is represented as a funnel. So the sales process. So for example, you start collecting thousands lead, then the qualified will be 500, then in the final stage will be 200, then you will close, let's say 10. So that's why they represent the pipeline as a funnel. So here it can show you your pipeline. What's the new assigned to me? So I came here, I need to know what's the new opportunities assigned to me. So this is what's the opportunities assigned to me, assigned to you. What is the summary? It could summarize this. So it's a normal Copilot capability, okay? So let's, for example, prepare for sales meeting. So it will see you that you have this sales meeting with a customer. I need to prepare myself for this sales meeting. So it will give you what is this sales about and what's the thing that you have to bring within this meeting. Okay? So these are the capabilities within the sales. Any questions on the sales? I want to go to the customer service. Okay.
How many more demos do we have?
I have 10.
I think
No, I just have,
I guess we'll take questions at the end.
I have only two. So I'll go to the customer service. For customer service, and we have the omni-channel. So customer service, it's the case management where you support your customers. And we have on top of this something called the customer omni-channel. So what is the difference between, let's say, omni-channel and multi-channel? Omni-channel, you know that customers' demands now getting more, and they are expecting, let's say, the expectation from the customer getting more these days. So for example, if you have a company, customers can reach out to you through email, WhatsApp, Instagram, social media, whatever channels that you need. But at the end, you should have a one unified platform. So regardless where the communication is coming, at the end, you should have a process. You should have, let's say, a framework to follow. And you have one unified. So for example, I'm a customer. I send you an email that I have an issue. Then I open the chat to send you a follow-up. Then I send you on WhatsApp. But at the end, you are the same customer and you're talking about the same issue. So you should have one omni-channel. So that's why we called it omni-channel. So one unified platform. So you get all of these conversations, all of these contacts from across the different channels in one area, in one place. Okay. So let me show you, guide you through the process. So I'll show you two scenarios, one using WhatsApp and one using chat. So, okay. Okay, I have created this chat.
Like a custom chat.
Yes. So this was built using the omni-channel, and I've connected it with a bot. So usually we have something called Copilot Studio for building bots. We can have another session. Maybe Majid can do a session for them on the Copilot Studio or Power Platform. Okay, so I've just started this by asking for email just to authenticate its authentication. So I'll put my Hotmail email, and we know that this email is already mapped to a contact within CRM. Okay. So to facilitate the process, I'll be asking a couple of questions to the customer before transferring the call to the agent. So do you have a question or a problem or a request? Let's assume that I have a question. It's related to software. I would ask how we can support you. Okay, I can't activate my Windows. Okay. Now what I did here, even you can have some Gen AI here. So before maybe transferring this call to the agent, I can bring home some from knowledge base, some recommendation. And I'm asking him, do you want to transfer to the call to the agent or not? Okay. So I will select yes. And I will go now so now it will transferring the call. So it will come here to the omni-channel. So this is the omni-channel that will be used by the user. So you see that there's a chat request coming from Omar Hotmail because it's a contact. I will accept. You see that what is the case is being created. I will tell you what is this. Now, what will happen now, it will bring you all the, I'm an agent. First of all, I want to see what you have, the conversation that you had with the bot. Okay, so this is the conversation that I have with the bot, and it will open this conversation form. This conversation form, it will select the customer because I have mentioned this email, and this email are already mapped to that contact, and it will provide you with all the information about the customer. Now you see that I have the case created. You see, this is the case, and case created from conversations. So this is the AI agent. You heard a lot about AI agent, yeah? So this is the agent that works autonomous and do an actions on behalf of you. So instead of for example, instead of go manually to create the case and what is the subject, what is the priority, it's create this for you. And you see, for example, I have the title, it's Windows activation issue, the type, what is the product, whatever information that this agent can grab from the conversations, it will be reflected automatically to the case. Okay? And you see here, this is the SLA. So I'm telling that according to the agreement with this customer, which is called Omar, I have to respond to him within 30 minutes. And I have to resolve his case within an hour. And this could be mapped with working hours at the end. So maybe from 8 to 6, let's say. But this is what is SLA. Okay? So, okay, let's assume that I will have some conversations. So how can I support you? Okay, I'll go back to the customer. I'll say that my Windows keep crashing. Okay. Now, what is the capability here for the agent to support the customer? He has his own copilot as well. And this could be connected to different knowledge bases. So I can't go to the copilot here. We call this copilot for service and suggest a response. So it will go and search the knowledge base that we already have, FAQs, whatever knowledge base that you have, and it will bring you what is the insights, that what is the correct answer that you have to answer the question. I don't know if this question, okay. So if the Windows keep crashing, it could be due to hardware, blah, blah, blah. And this is the steps that you have to do. Send to customer. So it will send back to the customer. You see, I'm not writing anything for now. So let's assume that the customer is saying that it's urgent, fix this. So I'll go back here. So he's saying it's urgent to fix this. So now you see, for example, if I go to the case, you see that the priority is normal. Okay. And maybe I have different context here. So I don't want to go and manually change all of these information. I can ask to update from conversation. So this is the AI agent. It will go again to the conversation. Take whatever new updates that you have and it will bring it for you. So you see, for example,
the system is creating this is the normal priority or urgent.
Sorry?
By the system it's created.
Yes, this is an out-of-the-box agent. I didn't create anything. So this is an embedded agent that we have launched recently. Okay. Okay. Now, so what's okay? So as a part of the options, you can, for example, switch it to the video call or to voice call. Let's have a video call with the customer. So this is an answer for running questions here. So you can have audio, video, whatever you need. And we have as well the option to, this is the video. And within this, you have an option that's has thing called agent script. Sorry, I didn't do the configure. So you can bring to the customer, so the agent guidelines, how he should follow, which steps he should follow in order to support the customer. In addition to this, I would just want to show you something related to supervisor. So we have something called even a supervisor dashboard. So if you have a supervisor, so we have like a live dashboard to see what is the ongoing conversation that we already have. So you see, so this is the supervisor. So the supervisor see that, okay, we have now the ongoing, this is the conversation that we have. He can just force assign it to someone else. He can go and do consultation, etc. So we have many capability for the supervisors as well within this platform. If there's anything
Some questions as well, so we get the time, the cups. I'm just saying that maybe we can ask a few questions as well in the middle, otherwise the guys will not be able to.
Yes. Okay, so there's another agent, but it's not available within the trial. It's called an intent-based agent. So from all of the database and the conversation that it will build something called an intent library. And then it, according to the conversation that you have here, it will bring you what is the correct questions that you have to ask right now. Okay. So let's assume that I'm done here and we have this case resolved. I want to end this conversation. So once you end the conversation, you have to configure something. We called it a customer survey to measure the feedback and to measure the customer satisfaction. So this is through customer voice. So we have a customer voice module, and you can embed I'm satisfied or not. Within the customer survey, there's 3 common metrics. There's something called CSAT, customer satisfaction rate, which is like how the satisfaction, overall satisfaction rates. We have text sentiments. So for example, okay, I'm good. So this will measure the text sentiments, and we have something called Net Promoter Score. So you can provide the feedback, and later you have a portal, so you can bring all of these insights from this. I can show you a similar experience on the WhatsApp, but this WhatsApp will create this, but you can change the behavior to create a lead, because this WhatsApp is connected to bot, and from bot you can call Power Automate. With Power Automate, you can do anything. Not just creating leads, you can create even in your ERP a record on your ERP. Okay. So this is WhatsApp. This is my WhatsApp. Let me just start a new chat. I just configure. Let's say Azure.
Is it group or personal training?
This is business number.
No. This is Azure Qatar support. Is
This
this
is the contact. I call this contact. A contact. I just name it on my mobile.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But
for
I
example,
think it will not work with a group. It has to be only with
business.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
With a group, I have to double check, but I doubt.
I don't think.
No, with the group, it will not.
Yeah, only a single contact.
So let's assume, for example, I have I say that I have internet issue. Again, I have added a bot features here. So it can go and bring, for example, a bot for you, an answer from the bot. And they said, do you want to talk to the agent? I would say yes. And this will go to the same platform.
How much time will we need more?
I'm almost done. So you see, I got this from the WhatsApp conversation. And you have a similar experience. The good thing, as I told you, so I'm reaching out through WhatsApp, but the same customer, because I have just configured this customer that has this email and has this number. So you see, if you go here to the timeline, you see that you have all the history here. So for example, we have here, let's say this email, this live chat, this WhatsApp chat, and you can here even go and see what is the history and what was the chat that you had with this customer. So one platform, one omnichannel, all the history will be within. So this is, for example, the chat that we had before with the customer. If I'll end this conversation, you can even have a similar experience here. So I go back to WhatsApp. It will provide you with the survey. And we have 2 options, even to send the survey as a separate link, or it could be within the chat itself. And you can simply here go and answer the questions for the survey. Any questions here?
You ask the question and then hand over the cups.
My turn to ask questions?
Yes.
So the first questions, let's say, what is the difference between the code and the order?
The code is the financial things and the order is the authority where is a building a relationship that I just order these things.
So the order is the commitment for the customer. Okay. One more question. What is the name of the module for measuring the customer satisfaction?
Small size. Field service.
Measuring the customer satisfaction rate.
Insights.
No. So this is for me. Okay, another question. So it's called customer voice. The customer voice. So another questions. What is the SLA?
Service level agreement.
Raise your hand, no? What's
Yeah, the service.
Looking for this.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
Here, do you want to ask question?
Oh, my
On the
question
same
is really
module?
basic then, like something, for example, why would you use this again? Like I just want to clarify whether you guys have understood it or not. Why would you use a CRM for, let's say, two purposes? One, if you are a business. The other thing, if you are a developer, what will you do? Like what decision will do? So anyone first raise hand. Okay, tell me. Yes.
As a business, you can keep an analytics just from starting of gathering the customer to all the way managing their problems to all the way saving the data of it. So you would know what are the problems the customer are going through, they're being satisfied, and keeping an eye whether all the customers are, satisfied and getting what they want. Nothing is being left behind. And as a developer, it simplifies how you create this whole framework. Except of having, manually different departments doing different things, and then you're integrating it, trying to reach a whole purpose. One single developer can look into the matter whether it fits.
The main thing is just do remember that the relationship with the customer is important, right? And the tools, there are multiple tools, and there's so many functionality Umar has shown. You will not be remembering all of them.
Yes.
It's just about two things. One, if you are working with a customer, what if they might not have like CRM, or they might be doing it something else, they might not do it manually. So the thing is, what are the things that you can pitch to them to use this? The other thing is that customer might be using it. So you as a developer or something, like it might be that you are in a skills to use this or promote your thing that you want to go and excel in this one. So once you learn it, you will be hired for a lot of like people who are using CRM, how to maintain it, how to configure it, how to do the analytics. This all will be related to you guys. Yeah.
We done with this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Umar can continue for the whole day. If we don't stop him, he will
To
continue.
be honest, I didn't go through that. We didn't cover field service. This is the CRM, but I guess at the end, I believe that you already have now a clarity what is CRM. So this is the ultimate objective. What's CRM? What's the main components? Why do you need to use CRM? And what is the AI capability that CRM could provide to enhance the efficiency and the effectiveness of the use of this platform?
Now, when you are talking to anyone, any other customers, or like whenever you are as a customer, the people are approaching, you will know that there is some CRM behind it. So you can at least know or relate it. On your website, you will see these chatbots and everything. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Omar. So round of applause for that. So again, just in case for those who came in late, for the next 3 weeks, we're gonna dive deep into Power BI because we're celebrating 10 years of Power BI this year. It's open to anyone. So like I said, we're gonna send out the opening later in the week, in the weekend. And fun fact, so like he mentioned, the data that's in CRM or the Power Platform, it uses something we call the Dataverse. So there's a lot of because it lives in the Microsoft ecosystem, and Power BI is also a Microsoft product. There's ways you can easily integrate the two, and that's something that we can.
Let me just ask why we have it's called Dataverse.
Mhm.
Now, Dynamics is a SaaS. The concept of SaaS is to have everything managed for you. So usually we used to have the SQL server within the on-premise to have the database. But for the concept of the SaaS, they created something, a Dataverse. It's a layer. The backend, for sure, is Azure SQL, the SQL server. But you shouldn't go to the SQL and do all the stuff. So you have this interface within Power Platform. I recommend it to do something with Power Platform. Maybe Manj can do this.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
So this will complement
Yeah.
the story on this.
Yeah,
because
and Power BI is.
Power BI, Power Automates, the Copilot Studio, how to build this agents and Copilot agents.
Yeah.
Maybe Manj can do this with
Built by Copilot.
Copilot Studio. Yes.
Yeah. So all these great things we're gonna brush on in our Power BI session, and Dataverse. We have we're gonna have a Power Platform session probably later when we schedule that. And also like Power BI is part of Fabric. So during these sessions, we're gonna talk a little bit about that. There's also, because we're celebrating 10 years of Power BI, we have a 50% discount for the Power BI analyst exam. So this series will help you prepare for that. So we have pizzas outside. I think they're getting cold. We'll take more questions outside. Thank you so much.
That's what I'm saying. Why it's. I have some questions.